What's up? Welcome in to Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Thanks so much for subscribing and checking out the podcast. YouTube.com. Look for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood, brought to you by the fine folks over at Alexander James Whiskey, alexanderjameswhiskey.com. Go to the website because it is the whiskey of choice for yours truly. During this summertime, there are a lot of events happening with Alexander James Whiskey. Go to the website, alexanderjameswhiskey.com, and also find out where you can purchase the whiskey of choice for yours truly. Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood, Alexander James Whiskey, a great combination. This podcast and this whiskey, absolutely. Well, it's a breaking news podcast, and we now know where the king is going. LeBron James is going to the Philadelphia 76ers. He says, I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. LeBron James signed a 2-year deal worth $8 million. It's going to be his 24th season in the NBA. Before I talk about the 76ers and LeBron, I want to talk a little bit about a player in the NBA playing 24 seasons. That's just incredible. As much as we marvel at what Tom Brady did in the NFL, to be able to win all those championships with the Patriots and then win one more with Tampa and then retire was just amazing to watch a quarterback do that in such a violent sport. For LeBron James to have this kind of longevity and can still at this time score anywhere between 15 and 24 points a game at this age is amazing. I know that there's a lot to go into that body to make sure that LeBron James can stay upright and can be able to play a lot of games in the league. But the point is that I think what we're watching is something pretty great and pretty remarkable. Think about all the all-time greats in the NBA. And I know these are different eras, the 60s or 70s and 80s, 90s, into the 2000s. But for LeBron James to be playing in his 24th season, it can still give you a yeoman's effort with somewhere around 20 points a game, which is amazing. But here's what's great about this deal for LeBron James in Philadelphia. Have you seen the lineup? Let me put out there what Bobby Marks put out there from ESPN, just taking a look at the offseason for the 76ers. Not just getting Jaylen Brown, who can also score 20-plus points a game, but now you add LeBron James. And then from there, when Joel Embiid is healthy, we're talking about Joel Embiid, who is still viable as a big man, shoots from the outside, can be able to go on the inside as well. He may not give you a full complement of games, but he's a presence as a shot blocker and can do a lot of things when he is healthy on the floor. And then there's VJ Edgecombe, who's a terrific young player for this team, and Tyrese Maxey is a dynamic guard. Look at that team. And you see Phylon, who and Simons, also very good players, Dalen Terry as well, Justin Edwards. So they do have some bench help. But the thing you focus is on the left side of the margin. I mean, we're talking about this. Focus on this. The starting five, Maxey, Edgecombe, along with Jaylen Brown and LeBron James and Joel Embiid. I mean, that is an amazing five. And in this situation, LeBron James does not have to score 20 points a game. He's going to want the ball in his hand some. I know that he's going to have to play some off the ball because Tyrese Maxey controls the ball a lot for the 76ers. But in this positionless basketball, it is going to be something to watch all five of these guys on the floor. Now, you know that there's always injury, especially starting with Joel Embiid. But the thing is that when you take a look at this starting five, say Joel Embiid can't play, so the big man's not there, and the Sixers are used to him not playing and because of injury. But then there's Tyrese Maxey, a dynamic guard. Jaylen Brown, who has a chip on his shoulder from his time with the Boston Celtics, from LeBron James leaving the Lakers. LeBron James said toward the end of his tenure with the Lakers, he's like, I've never been the third option before. So he was kind of tired of his former podcast partner, JJ Redick, and he wanted the new challenge. And so with that five, it's pretty formidable for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is a team, the 76ers, that should be in the Eastern Conference Finals, or at least in the mix. If there's injuries that's happening to this team, there's still some viable shooters and difference makers within that starting five, as you well know. So in an Eastern Conference that's kind of top heavy, they're the champs, the New York Knicks. It's Philadelphia, a healthier Indiana team that's part of that as well. There's the Boston Celtics who will have something to say. There's an improving Toronto, Atlanta teams. There's some teams in the middle that will be pretty good. But the 76ers, no one is more talented in the Eastern Conference than the Philadelphia 76ers. Now that LeBron is part of this mix, even without LeBron, take LeBron out the mix, okay? And it was just the other four. If with Jaylen Brown on the team, with Tyrese Maxey, with Edgecombe, with Joel Embiid, it was still going to be a formidable team, a team at one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. And now you add LeBron James to it as well. And also at LeBron James' age, he does not have to be out there for 82 games. None of those guys are going to play 82 games. But there's going to be times that maybe 3 of them will play, that 4 of them will play, and they're going to be hard to beat. Now, again, they do have some young pieces on the bench, but ultimately it's about those 5. LeBron James said at Fanatic Fest, and I saw this recently on my Twitter feed, that, well, I just have to be able to trust the process when it comes to free agency. I got to trust the process. And there was a rise and a ooh and a ah from the fans that were watching LeBron James talking to the fans and talking about his free agency process. Trust the process, huh? He used that phrase twice. That phrase is very familiar because this was the refrain for the Philadelphia 76ers for a long time of trust the process. And they never won a championship. This is the closest that the Sixers have been to winning a championship in a long, long time. Joel Embiid has been a solid player for the 76ers, there's no doubt. But this is the most talented player to be in a 76ers uniform since Allen Iverson, LeBron James. And I don't think it's close. There's been a lot of really good players that played for the Sixers over the years. Charles Barkley was a 76er. And he loves Andrew Toney. I know he brings it up a lot. Andrew Toney was a very talented, great two-way player. But Allen Iverson was a difference maker, an iconic player, a Hall of Famer when you saw him play out there. And now LeBron James is part of this team. There hasn't been someone since Iverson that can be able to capture the attention of Sixers fans. And I know that Sixers fans cannot wait to see their team on the floor because there's excitement. There's been a lot of really good players in and out here or there in the Philadelphia sports scene. But LeBron James is one of the top 3, top 5 players of all time in the NBA. And you can place him where you like to. I know that I never get into the stupid debate of Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. I don't do it. The reason why I don't get into it is because same reason I don't get into it with people that love Bill Russell more so than Michael Jordan. I'm just not going to do it. Because I know that for me, Michael's number 1, but I'm not going to fight anyone that wants to tell me that it's LeBron James. I could say no, but I'm not going to go chapter and verse because if you know LeBron James, you know that he's been a lot of places to try to capture a championship. He's chasing ghosts. That's why he's going to give another run here, and I think it's going to be his final run for the next 2 years trying to win a championship with the 76ers. That's the window, 2 years to win one more championship. Because it won't be 2. I feel like it's going to be 1. And so for LeBron, he wasn't going to get it done with the 76ers. He wasn't going to get it done with the Lakers. With the Lakers, with Doncic, he went out because of injury. Austin Reeves wasn't enough. And he looked around and he goes, I don't have AD with me. And of course, you don't win the championship by yourself. And that dude's 41. He wanted to go someplace not where he can cruise, but he wanted to be able to compete for a championship. So when it comes to the argument of who's the best, I mean, you can have it. The conversation that no one wants to have is like LeBron versus Kobe Bryant. No one wants to have that conversation or some of the others because people just count rings. But I think LeBron James is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. And he's going to try to win another championship with the Philadelphia 76ers this time for a 2-year, $8 million deal. Well, one part is true. Rich Paul and all the people that work for Rich Paul, the agent for LeBron James, said that this is not about money. This is about an opportunity to win. And LeBron felt like he cannot win in Los Angeles. And so now an $8 million deal, I'm sure a mere pittance for LeBron, but it's not about that. He wants to try to win one more championship. And when you look at this group right here, it could be Jaylen Brown being the leading scorer. It could be Tyrese Maxey getting hot and being the leading scorer. It could be Joel Embiid dominating someone that's a big. Or it could be LeBron James just turning the clock back every now and then and being able to score a lot. And then there's BJ Edgecombe as well. There's at least on this team 4 guys that could take over a game and help the 76ers win. Now it's just all about health, especially in the biggest moments in the playoffs. And I think that the 76ers are the most talented team in the Eastern Conference. There's no doubt about that. With other teams on the come, and other teams are good. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of super teams anymore, and I think that's kind of played out, this is an opportunity for the 76ers, just like the Knicks the year before, to be able to get on top of the mountain. The San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, again, very talented teams in the West, but you got 5 guys. 5. And if you don't believe in Edgecombe, then 4, and which is a ton in the NBA that can make a difference. Think about this offseason. This has been now the cherry on the sundae when it comes to the free agency moves. You know, taking a look at what John Morant going from Memphis to the Trailblazers, and Giannis Antetokounmpo going from the Bucks to the Miami Heat. We should stop right there and talk about the Heat for a second. So Pat Riley was on the Dan Le Batard show on Meadowlark Media and had a 1-hour conversation about the Heat, and that Pat Riley was hoping for that second fish to come in, right? The first one was Giannis, because he's always been enamored with Giannis. And I think he was hoping that LeBron would come too. But then you look at that team, it would be Bam, Giannis, and LeBron, and not a lot of shooting around it. So LeBron could have easily went back to try to win a 3rd championship with Miami. It just wasn't enough around LeBron and Bam and Giannis to win. So Pat Riley thought maybe just one more run with LeBron. Didn't happen. So we take a look at the Clippers and the Raptors. Kawhi Leonard, we don't know where he's going. He was traded to the Raptors, but there's an issue here. We don't know where Kawhi is going. It's being held up by the league right now because of the legal matters that Kawhi Leonard's going through. Timberwolves trade Julius Randle to the Nets. LaMelo Ball is going to be the Timberwolves. That's going to be wild, boy. So that's interesting. And then the Golden State Warriors, some of the other moves with Porzingis, signing an extension with the Golden State Warriors. So what about that? There was a possibility of LeBron going to Golden State to play with Steph Curry and with Draymond Green. And that was on the table. Draymond Green is going to have his contract kind of reworked. I think he might have been trying to open a slot up for LeBron James, and he didn't go to Golden State. He went to Philadelphia. So that's interesting as well. Spurs were a dark horse. It never happened for the San Antonio Spurs. And so, LeBron could have went to Cleveland as well, the Cleveland Cavaliers. That meant that he would have to play with Harden and with Donovan Mitchell. And so that would have been, again, a period at the end of the sentence with him going to play with the for his hometown team again for a 3rd time, the Cavs. Didn't work. So now he's got a whole new challenge in Philadelphia. His wife's in L.A., Savannah. His son, by the way, Bronny's still with the Lakers. His other son, I think, is at Arizona or Arizona State. He's playing in the state of Arizona. And so the family's spread out, and LeBron's in Philadelphia. It's going to be something to see LeBron in a Sixers uniform, because I'm looking at this right now that's been put on social media, and my God, that's something. Remember, the championship moves around. I know the bitch and complain about a lot of NBA people's like, oh, there's too many dynasties. The championship sticks in one city. For the last 7 or 8 years, there's been multiple championships. And the next championship could happen in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, if you can believe that. So let me get your comments, though, about LeBron James. You like LeBron James. You don't like LeBron James. I know it's polarizing. But I'm just talking about the pure basketball player. He's one of the best I've ever seen. And he's, I think, going to end his career in Philadelphia, even though he's got the body type that he can go until he's 50 years old based on the way he can shoot the ball, how strong his body is. And it's something to see LeBron James in the 76ers uniform. So now we can end the speculation. This is not like the excitement it was the first time that he decided to take his talents to South Beach. This is not the same as him being a Los Angeles Laker, being part of a great Laker franchise. This is LeBron James trying to, once again, chase ghosts looking for another championship. But the thing is that he's got his own greatness. He doesn't have to do this. He could retire in it today, but he still feels like he can still win a championship and be competitive. And now it's with the Philadelphia 76ers. Some of those old players from the 60s and 70s and 80s, they could have went someplace else, increased their chance to win a championship. And LeBron has exercised his opportunity and not stay in one place, not just Cleveland, not just stay in Miami, not just stay with the Lakers, the longest place he stayed at one time, the Lakers. He's going to Philadelphia. Give me your thoughts. For me, it's a great move, and the Sixers are the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. So what about the other teams?